Good morning. This is Victoria with Dream Dogs, and I'm here to show you the new Chameleon 3 from Martin Systems and Michael and Warfel. So they sent us a bunch of these, which is super awesome, and we got feathers for them. So this one is Deb's. I put her name on it, so I remember who gets which one. And on the back, it says what it is, that it's the Martin System Chameleon 3 Large, with the TT4FK and the finger kick. So it does come as a set, which is really cool. Now, first, you might have noticed that I have something on my finger. I sliced off the tip of my finger with a mandolin slicer. Don't do that. It wasn't fun. And that was on Wednesday. This is Sunday. But I needed to do the video, so you get the video with me with the bandage on my finger. So it comes in this nice case, right? Nice, beautiful case. And when you open it up, click, click. Ta-da! So you have the paperwork. I'll go over that in a second. And here's the goods. You want the goods? I got the goods. Look, and it even comes with another box. Another box. Like, it's a box in a box, guys. That in itself is kind of worth it because it's super cute. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here and show you the paperwork. So this one is the warranty, right? Has a 2-year warranty, which is awesome. This one is the user guide for the finger kick and for the transmitter, so it transmits out to the receiver. And this is for the Chameleon. So a nice big book. You get a lot of information. Read through it because there's a lot you can do with it. But I'll give you kind of the nuts and bolts on how it all goes, okay? So we ordered the feathers. So this is what the feathers look like whenever you get them. And you kind of see there, it's like these little weird looking paper clippy type of things. They are flipping amazing. And if you order this, you have to order the feathers because they're awesome. And that's just how things go. Now what's in here? What's in this cutest in the world little box? If you open it up, this is what's in it. Is 2 plugs, a weird fake collar thing, your finger kick, don't list this. This is really important, guys. A magnet key ring, and 2 little gator clips with a little light on it. I wonder what that could be for. Okay, so here's your piece. Look how flipping small this is, guys. And I'm over 6 foot tall. I have big hands, right? So this can fit in your pocket easy. It can fit in your treat pouch if you have your treat pouch on. You can even, they include a stylish necklace. So you can put it, attach it right there and wear it around your neck if you want to. Okay, so pretty neat, right? Stylish necklace, no cost extra for the stylish necklace. And for the stylish ring, it's all included. So see, they want you to be stylish. Okay, so these weird things are all part of the charging system. Now, the charging system's a little different than some of the other e-collar brands where you just basically plug it in or pop out the battery. But once you get it figured out, it works out pretty good, okay? So this, I'm not going to unwind them. This right here, I'll go over this in a second. But on the blank side, one of them has a red dot. That's the magnet. And it has this little rubber thing on it. So you have to pull it off to expose. Wah! See that plug-in? That is the charger. So make sure I've got the right one here. So the white cord goes in here. Okay, goes in for the charge. Now the white cord also is going to go in one of these, and that's how you charge this up. Okay. Now once you do this, I can keep them together like this and make it easier on myself. Or if you want to label it, you can label it and say, you know, this is for your part, my part, right? My part. So you know what it's for. So I'm going to leave this together because it's just, for me, it's easier that way. And the other one is a little more complicated. You're going to use all of these. You're going to use your fake collar thing, your plug, your weird chompy gator bites, and a cord. You want to see how this all goes together? Pay attention. So this has the USB. So the USB end goes in this way, okay? And then this right here is going to go like that, okay? So that's how this goes. And then what you're going to do with the cords is the red one. If you notice on here, there's one with 2 lines in it. The 2 lines gets the red. And the not 2 lines gets the black. Okay? So it's going to look like this. The 2 lines on it, see 2 lines underneath the red right there? See those 2 lines? The black side doesn't have those 2 lines. See? So the red side gets the 2 lines, and you want to make sure they're pushed in all the way. And the black side does not have 2 lines. Okay? And then these clips are going to go on the collar itself. It would be so much easier to have a better charging system, but once you set it up, guys, it is super simple to do. And it looks a little bit confusing and daunting, but set up your charging plugs and leave them set up, unless you're not supposed to. I don't see where it says that it's a problem to have them like that, and it'll make your life a heck of a lot easier. Now, where they're gator clamps, chomp, 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 right? Gator clamps. So if you notice, this is how it comes. How this is the, instead of having the big brick that a lot of the e-collar companies have, this is what you get. How nice is that, right? Like, look how sleek that looks. And you should see it on the dog. It looks amazing on the dog. So this is all the goods is in here. And then what these are, they call them islands. Okay? So this is the large side, so there's 4 islands on each side. The medium side has 3 islands on each side, and the small side has 2 islands on each side. Now the small can fit on your wrist like a bracelet. It is really small, and it's really nice that way. And then you have, so you can open it and close it and put it on your dog. Now notice that some are red and some are black. And if you notice the right way, the red is opposite from the black, and the black is opposite from the red, okay? So that means you can also look here. You see this red dot? Well, the red dot's here, right there. I'm trying to do it through the mirror. It's really weird. This is the red one. So that means this is a black one. This is a red one. This is a black one. And then the opposite here, black, red, black, red. So they're opposites. So you need to have charge like this or set up like this. You need to have at least 1 black and 1 red, or like this, or you could even do it like this and just have 1 black and 1 red. Now, the nice thing with the Chameleon is it sits at the dog's throat and then it comes up the sides like this. So if you look at this, how it is, right? Black and red here and a black and red here. It's like you have a brick on either side. And what that means is you don't have to have the brick on either side. It's much sleeker looking, and you're going to get better connection. Not only better connection because you have the different contact points, but better connection because it's not going to slip and slide around as much. And this actually has a way to tell you when you have good connection. Now, did you know probably 95% of all problems with the e-collar come because you have bad connection? And this actually just happened to us the other day. We had one of the dogs at one of the stores, and we had put the e-collar on. Well, Rich had put the e-collar on, but he had just readjusted it, and it wasn't on right, and we were working, and the dog wasn't feeling a thing. So once I readjusted the e-collar, it worked beautifully. So a lot of times it's that adjustment. So what happens is we have clients who call us up and they say, well, my dog's not working on a lower number. Like, I have to go up pretty high to get my dog to listen to me. And what we say first of all is that's much higher than what we were using with your dog. So why don't you check the connection? Make sure it's charged, make sure it's turned on, make sure it's fit correctly. And this helps answer that question. So Gypsy, we have one of these for Gypsy, and we've been using an extender. So if you don't want to drop the money on this, because they're not cheap, but they're the best. And you know the saying, you get what you pay for? Yeah, you really do with this one. So what we do is, sorry about that. What you can do if you already have an e-collar is you can get the Chameleon extender for that. And it runs around $300, but you still don't get the finger kick. And this finger kick is so nice because you can put it on your finger, and instead of fishing for your transmitter, you just push the button, push the button, push the button, and you don't have to have anything else in your hand. So your dog doesn't see you reaching for your remote or having to have it in your hand. You just push it like this, and it's very discreet. Look how discreet that is. Super discreet, right? So you don't get that with anything else. Dogtra has one, but it's more of a watch, and the button's way bigger than, nice little sleek button right there. See, look how cute that is. Okay, anyway, back to this. So when you charge, when you clamp it, guess how you do color-wise. You clamp a black to a black, and a red to a red. Don't ever mix that up. Okay, well, you know how to do it, right? Don't ever mix it up. Don't ever clamp a red to a black or a black to a red, because that would be stupid. I tell you, not having the one finger on here makes everything harder. There you go, like this. So you can charge it up then. And it shows you how to charge it up if you're charging it up right, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm going to leave this together for Deb because I think that's going to be a lot easier for her. And I'm going to come back to this, how this works. Like I said, this right here is a magnetic, and this right here is magnetic, okay? So what you can do is use that to turn the collar on, either one of them. So see the red dot right there? Well, right there. Watch. Did you hear that? Now watch what happens. Okay, you see, let's see, I'm trying to get it on here and it's kind of bright. You see how it's flashing like an idiot? That means you don't have good connectivity. So what happens? Now we have good contact. See how it stopped doing it? Now it's just flashing once. You have good contact. So with Gypsy, we have one of these. We actually have a couple of them, and then we have the micro, the Martin System micro on the extender. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I have good, connectivity, and I don't, because it flashes at me like, and it kind of runs around in a circle. So it's like I've been training dogs for years. Like I have good connectivity on there, and I'm like, oh, I don't. So by making sure you have the good connection, you're doing a much better job at training your dog, okay? And so you see how it does that again. Now it only gives you 2 minutes to do this. So if I do it on this one, you see how it stops with that, and it just does the one flash. You see the flash? And if I let it go, that's how it goes. So you want to make sure that you have good connection. Now I have a friend who, and I'm going to shut this off just because it can listen to what it sounds like. So when it turns on, it goes up. When it turns off, it goes down. Okay, so I have a friend who got the extender for her e-collar technology one, and she went from using, I think the numbers were like an 18 to a 22 on her dog to using a 3 to a 5 on her dog, just because she had much better connection. And she could tell whenever she had the good connection. So, she couldn't tell because of how it was, but she could, if she had the feathers on and the feathers offered that better connection. So just by changing out and using the feathers, you're going to get much, much, much better connection, okay? So I'm going to put this sleeve back on because I do like the sleeve. And I'll show you how this all works. Okay. Buttons. Red button down here, this is on off. So tap it, on off. See how quick that turns on? You see how it's at 3, there's 9 levels, but then you can also go and do high levels too. Then you see the battery's at half, so it's going to need a charge. Now if I push and hold, I can add in, I believe this is sound and vibrate. And you can do push and hold and get rid of the push and hold, and it cycles through. And you get one, push and hold. You get the other, push and hold. They're both off, okay? Guess what? The green arrow up and the green arrow down. Green arrow up goes up. Green arrow down goes down, okay? And this blue button right here, this is the stim button. So see how it's flashing? So I can make it short or I can make it longer, okay? And watch what happens whenever I use the finger. Same thing happens, okay? Pretty cool, right? That's, in a nutshell, how you use it. You turn it on, put it on your dog, make sure the running lights aren't going, and use this button. Or use your finger button. Super easy, right? Now, there's also the user's guide here. What I want to set this up for Deb is they have a ramp up feature. So instead of 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, what it is it ramps up. See if I can remember how to do it first. Yes, I did it. You push the up button and the power button at the same time, and now look what happens whenever I stim. Well, nothing. I didn't do it right. Let me look and see how to do it, because that would probably be the best thing. So you can work momentary, constant, and boost in one button. And that's what we want, is this all in one. So it's the stem and the on-off. Okay, so stem, this is on-off. So push those together. 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's what we want. So now watch what happens. Okay, so if your dog, oh, look, we got all the way up to a 7. But when I push it again, it's back to a 3. It's back to a 3. It's back to a 3. Up, I have to hold it for a little bit. It's up to a 6. Back to a 3. Okay? So most dogs are going to be starting at a 1. Gives you more options. Now to go back to it, you just do the same exact thing. Is you hit these 2 buttons together, and watch what happens. Hitting them together. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Does that fix it? Yep. So, but I want them back the other way. So I'm holding them together, the stem and the on-off, and it goes up to 5. And I'm good to go, and I can test it that way. Don't test it on your dog. Test it before you put it on your dog. And again, I can do the same thing with the finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, and then 1, and then 1, and then 1, 2, 3. So you can do that. And that's really a nice feature because my original one, the micro on the extender, did not have that option. So what I found I had to do was keep this out so I can dial it up if I needed to. Now, since I've got it in, and this is how I set mine to it, this can stay in my pocket, and I can just do this. If I'm just hanging out around the house, you know, if I'm in the living room, I might want to put this on the counter and just use the finger, but in my pocket works. But it's nice because if it's just a short little tap, if it needs something a little longer, you can do it a little longer. Okay? It tells you in here how to pair the finger kick. It tells you how to do a bunch of stuff. But that's the basics. This, I want to show you something. For this, they put shrink wrap on these. So whenever you put it on your dog and it's blinking, doing the running lights, and you're like, okay, this is where it needs to be. This locks it into place. Now you can't just push it. I'm pushing it down as hard as I can, and that's as far as I got it. But it's only about halfway down. That's not enough because it's going to loosen up. What you need to do after you do that is grab the bottom and pull it. See how I got it all the way down? This is locked now. But I got it right on the magnet here in front of me. But you heard it go on and then go off again. So make sure that you lock this. If you do not lock this, you're not going to have that good connection. Okay, so lock your button. Okay. So I'm going to show you next how to do the, shut this off, how to do the feathers. So like I said, it comes with feathers. And I'm going to move this, my open box, over to here. And for this, you will need a flathead screwdriver. So this is my son's screwdriver, and it has the flat and the not flat, big, and then it has it small too, both of them. So it's like 4 screwdrivers in one. So this is the one we always use. It's our favorite screwdriver. So I have the flathead screwdriver, the minus, not the plus. And I open this. Now it can be a little bit weird to open. And you're going to dump out what it comes. Don't do this outside. When I first got these in, I was outside. I could not do them outside. Do this at a table in the house without a breeze. These are little pieces. Look how little these pieces are. You don't want them to go everywhere. Now, what are feathers? The feathers enable better contact, okay? And they're really neat. And my cat's in here crying, don't get let out. So I apologize for that. But you get the cat crying, you get the bandage finger. You guys get everything in this video. So this is what the feather looks like. Okay? See that? And it goes on 2 of them. So then all you need really is 2 sets of feathers. One on a red and one on a black. And you're good to go because you have that dualness. So what I'm going to do is extend this out just so I have a little more room to work. And I'm going to start with this black one, and I'm going to untwist it. See how this comes off? See that silver washer at the end? The silver washer has to go back in the hole. Got to go in the hole. Oh, and I didn't tell you this. The islands, you see how they have 3, 3, 3, and 2? With these little cap things? Well, there's extra caps in your feathers kit, but you can put technically, you can put 3, 3, 3, and 2, but that means you can get the just right configuration for your dog. Maybe you want your feathers here. Maybe you want them here. Maybe you want them here. But you can play around with it, see what works out best for your dog, because everyone's going to be a little bit different. And this is super customizable. Now, a couple words of caution. Do not twist. No twisting. Do not bend it and hurt it. Do not extend it, and do not pull it. Just like, it's expensive. Don't be stupid. Can we just say that? That sounds good. So I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to unscrew this. This is what it should look like in one of these washer thingies. It has to go back in that little hole. And then I'm going to take one of these clear plastic plugs. Oh, kitty. And I'm going to put it in there. This is the one no one sees. It's Samurai. She usually hides whenever people come over, so nobody ever believes that we have her as a kitty. And Rue's in here too. So once I kind of get it in there, I just screwdriver it on. So now it looks like this. Okay, so the only one I have over here is a red. Now, that's not what I want. I'm going to put the feathers up here. So I need to take this one off and get it set to do it. Can I move that? Yes. Now you can see it more. And sometimes they're a little stuck because they put it on. Oops, see how that came off? This is why you want to do it on a table. So I'm going to put that back in there. So here's my red. It doesn't have any bottoms on it. And I'm going to unscrew this clear plastic. Do, do, do. Music helps. Do, do, do. And don't lose the stuff. There we go. Okay. You see how I have it now with the 2 silvers in there? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. This is the feather. Now, when you put the feather on, it goes on like this. Here's the center block, and it goes away from the center block. Do not put it on like this and have it pointing towards the center block. Okay. This is stupid. Don't do it. This is correct. This is how you want to do it. Okay. So again, I'm going to do it here so you can see, and I'm going to put the screwdriver down. I've got one of the plastic end cap thingies, and you get to see my gauze wrapped finger. Do not put it on tight because it's going to need some wiggle room so you can get it just comfortable. And I'm going to spread it out a little bit so I can get the second end cap on. And I just do a couple turns just to get it in there started. So you see it? Okay, you see how this point, this is what I was saying. Here's the brick. Here's, it goes away from it. Okay? You do not want this point towards this. Okay, you want it away from it. Okay, best way to do it, only way to do it, just listen to me and do it that way. Makes it a lot easier. And screw it on. Screw it on. Now, I did not tighten it yet, because just like when you're doing anything like this, you want to do a little bit and then go back and do a little bit more. And then do a little bit and then do a little bit more. Don't put one on and then try to get the other one on because it won't be right. Okay? So look how much more elegant, guys, this looks than this. So much better. Now, I did ask Bart, you can do another set of feathers here if you wanted to, but he's like, don't. Like, you don't need to. Now, the more contacts that you have, the softer the stem is, okay? Because it diffuses it some more. So here we go. I'm going to take this one off on this side. Save that little silver piece. And put this on. Now, I could take this one from here and put it there, but I'm not dealing with that crap. I'm just going to keep it easy for you guys. And you have the extra plastic plug thingies, so you're good to go. Okay, see how that is? All I'm left with is the black over here. Okay, so I took off the little silver thing. You have to unscrew and put that there. And I want to match it up. So this would be the correct one, right? And I'm going to unscrew this. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Oh my gosh. I tell you, watch it whenever you use a mandolin slicer. Don't hurt your finger. Don't cut off the tip of your finger. It makes life really hard, especially whenever it's your dominant hand. Makes it really hard. So there we go. I've got the little silver washers. Is that a washer? Little silver pieces, the magic silver pieces are in there. And keep them in there. Don't lose them. Don't take them out. Just leave them in there and leave the plastic plugs on it. And then I'm going to put with it facing away. And then I'm going to put the finger tighten. One of the plastic ones on. And then get another plastic plug. And Nope, that didn't cut it. It's swinging all around. Like I said, sometimes it's a little bit to get it on, but it works. All in all, it works really good. And I'm sure after doing a few of these, I will get better at it whenever I have full use of all my fingers. No. Hold on, that's what happened, is the silver thing came off. There we go. Silver thing back on. In the hole. And then the silver feather. Ah! I lost everything. The silver feather goes on top of it. So we're back to square one now. Yeah, it's usually easier whenever I had my fingers. But I don't. But that's okay. So yeah, so you see the silver, you want the silver on top of it because, you know, how electricity connects. You need to have the stuff, and the plastic stops it, which is why you like the hard rubber soles when it's lightning outside. I'll come up with the whole song on how to do it so you remember. And then the plastic cuts that electricity, and that's why everything's plastic. And I'm a dog trainer, not an electrician or an engineer. Okay, so I got it finger tightened. You see? Finger tightened. So then I come in and a couple there. A couple there. I'm also not a professional screwdriver, but I think I do a pretty darn good job. Okay, I'm going to loosen it up a little bit just to help the positioning. There we go, that works. And I'll tighten one. So I'm using my finger here to guide too. Tighten one, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Go right, go right. There we go. So this, after all of that, right, that's a lot of work. I'm kind of slow on some things, but look how nice that looks. Guys, look at amazing. And then whenever it goes on your dog, it goes on like that. And so he's going to get the two contacts. Now, one of the things I found is the contacts go best whenever you brush out your dog's fur first. That's on my Golden or my Border Collie. On a short-haired dog, like we have a Doberman in, we don't have to brush his hair to get good contact. We just have to watch for the flashing lights. Now, what do I do with all these pieces? The reds, I stick them in here. Why wouldn't you? The blacks, if you have a small Ziploc baggie, put them in here and then put them in the small Ziploc baggie. Now, there are instructions for your feathers, but I just told you how to do it. It does come with extra of these silver washers, so they're going in there. And this one does come with an extra plastic plug, so that goes in there too. So then everything I need is in there. If I want to take them out and switch it up. You never know. People might want to switch it up. It's not up to me. So I'm going to, in this little case, things I don't want to lose. I'm going to put the feathers. This, now I have not used this yet. I imagine if I put one on the red and one on the green and I turn it on, this should light up. That's my guess. Do you want to try it? Yeah, let's try it. It might be fun. And then the magnet thingy. So let's put one on the red, boink, and one on the black. And it stopped with the running lights. Now watch what happens. This is an experiment, guys. It might all blow up. Okay, can you see it lighten up? Oh, interesting. You want to see from my end? So see, it gets brighter and brighter and flashier and flashier and brighter and flashy because I go from 1 to a 9. But that means that you're getting the connection right there. Okay, so that's a good thing. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to remove the alligator clips from your test light. And why do you have a test light? Well, we also use e-collar tech because they're cheaper. And not every client wants to pay for the top of the line equipment for some bizarre reason. So what we did is we had a collar, and I'm like, I don't know if this is working. I don't think it is. So I put it in my hand, and I'm zapping, and I'm turning it up, and I'm zapping, and I'm like, I don't feel it. I looked, and it was at a 60. I'm like, you know what? If I would start to feel this now, that wouldn't be fun. So I'm like, that's what the test light's for. Because e-collar tech comes with one too. So it does come with a test light. So if you do have any questions, you can see about it. Now I am leaving as I throw the finger kick onto the table. This, you can see, is made up of 2 elastics, loops. Put it on your finger. See how big you need it. And then take it off your finger carefully and put it in a knot. So you have it, so it doesn't just come loose and fly off of your finger, okay? So I'm gonna put the finger kick in here. I'm gonna leave the charge plugs in there for Deb to make it easier for her. But that is the Chameleon 3, which comes with the Chameleon collar. All prices are the same. The small, the medium, large price is the same. The remote, the finger kick. The feathers, you do have to purchase separately, but I highly recommend getting the feathers because they're wicked awesome. Okay, so that's it for this episode of how to put together your new Chameleon 3.